Hello everyone. The next concept that I'm going to explain is Zool. Zool is a very important module in order to understand Netflix system design. So what is Zool? Zool is a gateway service which basically takes care of handling the traffic across various microservices. So if you have a system which has multiple endpoints and you want to divert the traffic and manage the traffic so that it gets routed correctly to various endpoints, Zool is something you need to understand. So suppose there is an endpoint products which gives us a display about all the available movies on Netflix. Then there is an endpoint about payment which takes care of various payment services or subscription services. So now how does the request, incoming request, gets routed to various endpoints? That is where Zool comes into picture. So basically it's a gateway service which is responsible for dynamic routing across various microservices, monitoring how each endpoint or microservice is performing, taking care of failure situations, resiliency, and also making sure that security is taken care of. So let us try to understand how it works. So basically a client, basically a Zool has various components in it. First of all is Netty server. Then comes inbound filter, endpoint filter, outbound filter, and an incoming request will basically go through each one of them and come back with a response which gets returned back to the client. So let us understand what each of these parts do. First of all, Netty server is basically taking care of the incoming protocol, web server, connection management, and proxying work. So once a request hits Netty server and it validates whether the incoming request is valid, it then goes into inbound filter. What an inbound filter does is it checks whether the incoming request is authorized, which service this request should go to, and it updates or appends the request in order to take care of any requirement implemented internally. The request from inbound filter, after passing inbound filter, goes to endpoint filter, where either we return a static response to the request or we forward the request to the correct backend service. So as I mentioned earlier, if it's a payment service or if it is a subscription service or a product service endpoint, we just redirect the incoming request to the correct service so that we can get a proper response. Once the endpoint filter is passed, the request is forwarded to outbound filter. So what happens at outbound filter is the backend service has actually returned us a valid response, and then the valid response is zipped and the corresponding metrics regarding this backend service is stored in our in the backend to take care of metrics, and some, if some custom headers are to be appended to the request, they are added or removed in the request, and then that request is sent back to the Netty server. Now Netty server will then forward that response back to the client. So these are the various phases through which our request goes through, and this happens within Zool. Now let us try to understand what are the advantages of using Zool. First of all, you can shard the traffic. So you can create your custom rules and you can shard the traffic and distribute the request to only certain servers. That way you can try and understand how the traffic, how the system is working or responding to incoming request. Then you can do load testing. So you can create clusters which will basically can be tested on how the system is performing when there is high traffic. So you can route the load to certain clusters and see how it works, and that way you can do load testing. The third part is whenever you're creating a new service, you can test the new service such that you can deploy it on one or two servers, and then you can just pass or divert certain real-time requests to that server and see how that service is performing to real-time request from users. So that way we can test some new service quickly and see where are the loopholes which we can improvise upon. The last part is filter bad request. So you saw here the endpoint filter. This endpoint filter can actually filter out bad requests. So if you have some certain IP addresses which you don't want to serve your request, you can actually add those in the filter, and that way you can filter out bad requests or incomplete requests, and by creating certain rules at the endpoint filter. I hope this was useful. Thank you.